A New England coastal village, 1873. An amusement park. A carousel.
thing to tell you, young woman. If you ever so much as poke your nose in my carousel again, you'll be thrown out on your little pink behind.
You got no call to talk to her like that.
Letting my barker fool with you.
I don't let no man fool with me.
He leaned against her all through the ride.
He leaned against the horse, but he didn't lay a hand on me.
Oh, no, Miss Innocence. And he didn't put his arm around your waist, neither.
And what if he did? Is that a reason to have a capuloptic fit?
You've had my warning. If you come back, you'll be thrown out.
Who will throw me out?
Billy Bigelow. The barker you let get so free with you? I don't run my business for a lot of chippies.
Well, chippy yourself. Yes, chippy yourself.
Jabber, 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 jabber. What's going on anyway? Spitting and sputtering like 3 lumps of corn popping on a shovel.
Take a look at that girl, Billy. She ain't ever allowed to be on my carousel again.
What does she do anyway?
She says you put your arm around my waist.
Oh, so that's it. Can't put my arm around a girl without I ask your permission.
Spoiling the good name of my carousel. The business left to me by my saintly departed husband.
You come around all you want, see?
Big talker, ain't you, Mr. Bigelow? Well, just for that, you're discharged. Your services are no longer required.
Very well, Mrs. Mullen.
You know, I could throw you out if I wanted to.
And you wanted to just now, so I'm thrown out.
Do you have to pick up every word I say? I only said
that my services were no longer required. Very good. We'll let it go with that.
You devil!
Get!
I won't take you back like before.
What will you do now, Mr. Bigelow?
Go back to the carousel. Get my things. Stay here till I come back. Then we'll go have a beer.
Julie? Julie? Do you like him?
I don't know.
Did you like it when he talked to you today? When he put you on the carousel that way? Did you like that?
I'd rather not say.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. You are quieter and deeper than a well. And you never tell me nothing.
There's nothing that I care to choose to tell.
You've been acting most peculiar. Every morning you're awake ahead of me. Always certain by the window.
I like to watch the river meet the sea.
When we work at the mill, weaving at the loom, you gaze absent-minded at the roof. And half the time your shuttle gets twisted in the thread till you can't tell the warp from the woof.
Tain't so.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. You won't ever tell a body what you think. You're as tight-lipped as an oyster and as silent as an old Sahara spink.
Sphinx.
Huh?
Sphinx.
Spink.
You spell it with an X.
Oh, that's only when there's more than one.
Oh.
Julie, I've been busting to tell you something lately.
You have?
Reason I didn't care to tell you before was because you didn't have a feller of your own. But now that you got one, I can tell you about mine.
I'm glad you got a feller, Carrie. What's his name?
His name is Mr. Snow, and an upstanding man is he. He comes home every night in his round-bottom boat with a net full of herring from the sea. An almost perfect beau, as refined as a girl could wish. But he spends so much time in his round-bottom boat that he can't seem to lose the smell of fish. The first time he kissed me, the whiff of his clothes knocked me flat on the floor of the room. But now that I love him, my heart's in my nose, and fish is my favorite perfume. Last night he spoke quite low, and a fair-spoken man is he. And he said, Miss Pipperidge, I'd like it fine if I could be wed with a wife. And indeed, Miss Pipperidge, if you'd be mine, I'll be yours for the rest of my life. Next moment we were promised, and now my mind's in a maze. For all I can do is look forward to that wonderful day of days. When I marry Mr. Snow, the flowers will be buzzing with the hum of bees. The birds will make a racket in the churchyard trees. When I marry Mr. Snow, then it's off to home we'll go. And both of us will look a little dreamy-eyed, a drive into a cottage by the ocean side, where the salty breezes blow. He'll carry me across the threshold, and I'll be as meek as a lamb. Then he'll set me on my feet, and I'll say kind of sweet, "Well, Mr. Snow, here I am." Then I'll kiss him so he'll know that everything will be as right can be, a living in a cottage by the sea with me. For I love that Mr. Snow, that young seafaring, bold and daring, big bee-whiskered, overbearing, darling Mr. Snow.
Kennedy Brady. Welcome to Living Room Live. We are streaming directly from my living room to yours through YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You are not going to be disappointed. We have an amazing show tonight. We have an incredible actress, singer, dancer, choreographer extraordinaire. North Carolina's own Kate McMillan is with us tonight. If you're at home, everybody should be applauding. She's killer. She's going to sing for us tonight. We're going to have a nice, fun, awesome conversation. I also want to tell you before we get started, tune in on Sunday night at 7:30 right here on YouTube to see the Pump Boys and Dinettes reunion special. We're going to have the entire cast, and we are going to be chatting with them, talking about backstage stories, talking about shenanigans, the fun that they had putting on the show. We are also going to be showing you a video that we created live from their living rooms all across the country and the world. One of our actresses lives in Ireland now, and my amazing husband, Charlie, and videographer, has put together the video. It's going to be super cool, so you are not going to want to miss that show. 7:30 Sunday on YouTube. And then next Thursday on Living Room Live, we're going to have Broadway's Nicholas Rodriguez, star of Tarzan on Broadway. He also starred with me in The Ten Commandments out in Los Angeles. He is an incredible singer. He has a new album out, and he's going to be coming to you live from his living room in New York. So you are not going to want to miss that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my new thing. Ready? Are you ready for it? Roll tape!
Oh, you'll be in my heart, no matter what you'll be glad to know that my demands are small. Say it's me that you'll adore right now till forevermore. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I really hate to go. Oh, I hate to go.
Okay, isn't he amazing? You know, you don't want to miss that. You do not want to miss that. He's not only gorgeous, but he has got the voice of an angel. Love me some Nicholas Rodriguez. He's a very good friend of mine, and I'm so excited to introduce you to him. As a matter of fact, some of you might know him. If you've been a Theater Raleigh subscriber or ticket buyer since 2005, you will remember him in the very first show that Hot Summer Nights at the Kennedy ever produced. The last 5 years, he played Jamie. Isn't that amazing? So he's going to come and stream live from his living room in New York. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be amazing. This is the part of the broadcast where I tell you that we would love it. It would mean so much to us if you could donate to Theater Raleigh. Tonight is not a ticketed event, but in lieu of that, if you could donate anything you want, $1, $10, $100, whatever you want. We do pay our artists, and Kate McMillan is here tonight. We've paid her to be here. Listen, it's not much. She might be able to go to the grocery store with it and get some milk and eggs, so seriously, it's not much. But at least what we're trying to do is keep artists creative and passionate and doing their thing during this, well, it's more extended than we had ever thought it was going to be. So we'd love to be able to help keep actors doing their thing. So if you could donate to Theater Raleigh, we would really appreciate it if you feel compelled tonight and you like what we're doing here virtually. Also, the North Carolina Artist Relief Fund is still going strong. If you want to donate to the North Carolina Artist Relief Fund, Mickey, who's probably in the chat right now, let me see. Oh yeah, there she is. If you want to donate, we'd appreciate that as well. It also helps artists during this time because a lot of people have lost a lot of gigs. So if you could donate, that'd be amazing. And actors, if you're out there and you're watching, you should also apply to get a small grant from the North Carolina Artist Relief Fund. So I also want to encourage our viewers to ask questions tonight. Most of the time people just write in and say things like, "You're amazing, you sound incredible, oh my God, we're loving it." And don't get me wrong, I love to hear that, and so do the singers. But we would also love to hear from you if you have anything that you want to ask Kate McMillan while she's here tonight, or me, or Charlie, or whoever. We would love to hear from you and get you in on the conversation. So do not feel afraid to chat with us. Okay, without further ado, Kate McMillan is here with us. It sounds weird to thank COVID-19, but otherwise we would never be able to get her here live in my living room. She lives in New York City right now, and we are lucky enough to have her here in North Carolina. She's been staying home and quarantining with her family here in North Carolina, so I told her to pop on over and sing a few songs for us. So we're really excited to have her in the house. So let me tell you a little bit about Kate McMillan. She was an intern at Theater Raleigh, probably in 2011. We'll talk more about that. She's gone on to do amazing things. She got her BFA in musical theater at the Cincinnati Conservatory of Music. She is a proud member of Actors Equity. She was in Theater Raleigh shows such as Smokey Joe's Cafe and the regional premiere of Vanities the Musical and Mona Kent and Dames at Sea, all at Theater Raleigh. Other favorite credits include originating the role of Cricket in the world premiere of, guess what, Moonshine, the Hee Haw musical. That's right, you heard it, at Dallas Theater Center. She was also in Les Mis at the Muni, and Kate is also a choreographer. She's choreographed many shows, including White Christmas, Anything Goes, High School the Musical. Wow, I need my glasses. Her next projects include Freaky Friday at ACT of Connecticut and Chicago at Theater Raleigh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Kate McMillan.
Hello.
Yes, Kate McMillan.
Hi. How are we?
Here.
I'm here.
I'm sorry it's
I'm
under
so happy.
weird COVID-19 circumstances.
Yes, bizarre time for sure,
Yes.
but very grateful for,
a little bit of peace with the family and this opportunity to be here with you. This is great.
It's all about this.
Yeah,
no,
of course.
Mainly
obviously.
it's about you being safe and being out of New York, which was such a crazy hot spot. Were you able to get out right away?
Yes, thank you, Mission McMillan.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Misha
Mom.
McMillan.
Yes, no, I had just been back here to see some of my kiddos perform for their senior show in Goldsboro, and truly had flown back to New York, was there about 2 days, and then my mom was like, no, but you're coming home. So I've been home ever since. We didn't know how long it was going to be. We're coming on, almost 4 months, which is crazy.
Goodness,
but
and we don't know how much longer it's going to be, really.
I know. It's unprecedented, I think, for sure.
It's
but
been a really, really tricky time, but I always say I'm always looking for the rainbows, looking for the silver linings in it, and having you here with us tonight is certainly a silver lining.
Well, for me too. So thank you.
Thank you. You guys are going to get to hear her sing her beautiful face off. I cannot wait for you to hear what she has in store for you. So let's just take it back a little bit.
Yes.
Let's just go back and walk down Kate McMillan memory lane.
We love that
lane. So you grew up
That's
in
great.
Goldsboro.
Yes.
Okay.
Grew up in good old Goldsboro.
Right, but you spent a lot of time in Raleigh. So what's that about?
So I grew up in Goldsboro. I danced the entirety of my childhood, and that's where, my love for the stage, I think, probably came from initially. But once I kind of realized I loved singing, and through all the things I love together, and found musical theater, I found another home in the Raleigh community in NCT's conservatory, and did a lot of that as a kid. And so that's kind of what, I say a kid, I was in high school, but it feels like 478
Just
years
the last
ago.
4 months feels like about a year.
Right. Yeah. So that's what brought me to Raleigh initially, and just got to meet cool people through that, and then ended up, going off to school for it, and come back and hang out with y'all any chance I get.
So how's it going in New York City? Are you enjoying, Goldsboro girl up in the big city?
Oh yeah, I've been there for, going on 7 years now, which is truly surreal. Really crazy. Time truly does fly, but I love it. I've been back and forth a lot, with you guys, and then working with my kiddos, and Goldsboro, doing some choreography stuff there and that sort of thing. But I love it. It's one of those places, anytime we took a vacation as a kid, that was my
New York City
request was yes, yeah.
Let's go see 5 shows in 4 days kind of a thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
1000%. And I would separate from my parents. Sorry, love you, Mama and Daddy. But I would separate and strut, because I lived there. It was there was a practice
this is my
ground.
jam.
It's this
Yeah.
is where I belong.
Of course.
Now I live there, and it's great, and I love it. And I'm, of course, I've been worried about my city, but I think everyone's, holding up well.
You
And
got Governor Cuomo taking care of everybody.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So no
Yes,
worries
Team
there.
Cuomo.
Ultimately.
No.
No. Obviously, it's been incredibly stressful
Yeah.
and scary for people up there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it'll start. Fingers crossed. Broadway
God
will
willing.
get back. And
Yeah.
Our small businesses will get back, and we'll be able to
Absolutely.
get some kind of normalcy. Though it's going to be a new normal, I'm
For
as
sure.
we even see here.
Yeah.
I
It
think
is-
it's really important.
Yeah, it is that one thing though that I do have faith in. As scary as this time is, of course, the arts and the need to tell stories is never going to go away, in my opinion. So I think even in our country's darkest times, honestly, in our world's darkest times, I think that is always going to find a way to thrive, because we need it as human beings. We need to tell stories.
Well, that's why we're doing this, and we want
Yeah.
to, while we're unable to gather and have people inside the theater, we want to make sure we're bringing you high quality, amazing entertainment like Kate McMillan singing for you tonight. But I think too, when we are through this, people will come busting out of their doors.
Oh,
Once that
gosh,
vaccine
yeah.
is there and
Ooh,
everybody's
yeah.
wearing their masks and we're ready to go.
Yes.
You're right. Our hearts are just desperate for communal
community,
experiences,
exactly, yeah.
and telling stories and experiencing things together as a group. So
Yeah.
I really, really look forward to that. Oh my God.
We're craving it. Makes us appreciate it.
Yeah, so
not
wear
that we
your
wish.
masks, everybody, so we can
Yes.
get back sooner. So then tell me one thing. So I talked a little bit about you went to the University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music, as did I.
Yes.
So we can talk a little bit about that. I did not graduate. Don't tell my daughter who's upstairs. No, she knows. I'm just kidding. But anybody who's out there listening who's an aspiring actor, or anybody finished school, I don't recommend not finishing, but I got a good opportunity, so
I was
I
about
ended
to
up
say,
leaving.
it's just because you booked, so
Well,
it's
that's true. But I loved my experience there. I wouldn't have
Yeah.
left unless I had booked a show.
yeah.
Tell me a little about your experience there and how college was for you, coming from like being probably the biggest, brightest star of your area, and then
Oh, yeah, it was, I think when I mean, the hunt for like musical theater schools for anybody that's done it, you know, I mean, I think I applied to upwards of like 15
Oh, yeah.
schools, and you go and have all of these it's cuckoo,
Yeah.
that whole time period. But I wanted a place, because I do come from such a lovely, kind, you know, generous town, that I wanted to be somewhere that would really challenge me and really kind of push me to my limits, and if something was bad and I could make it better, I wanted to know. You know, I wanted to, I craved that sort of kind of constructive criticism and stuff, and yeah, and with it being like a conservatory environment too, it was one of those things, you know, you wake up and you sing and dance and act
oh yeah,
all day, and
Girl,
it's like
I was
the biggest
on the dean's
blessing.
list. My parents were
Yes.
like, "You have straight A's."
Yes,
well, it's a
queen.
conservatory.
Yes. Yeah, I had my like one English class, and then I could kick my face, and that was it. Yeah,
I was like,
great.
"Yes, I have an A in acting, dancing, and singing."
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you
No,
so much.
but it was hardcore though. You worked your butt off there.
It's intense.
7:30 a.m. music theory to like 11 o'clock at night when you're rehearsing the musical. That
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it's so funny, because I talk to my mom about it now, and she's like, do you not, because I just think so fondly about everything, and she's like, do you not remember, do you not remember this dress? Because I do. Because my poor mom, I would call her and be, I had to learn all this stuff, and it's so much. But like truly, at the end of the day, I felt so creative and like, you know, proactive in what I love to do. So that's what I remember. Like that's what I hold on to. It was certainly hard, but I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Well, I remember thinking it's never going to be this hard ever again.
Yeah.
Little did I know I was going to be running a theater company when I was 40.
Right.
But as an actor, you know, you do have all this free time, all this time during the day.
Right.
I just remember being at CCM thinking I will never be like having to learn music theory, having to learn a scene, putting together like a senior showcase, putting together the musical. It was really intense.
It was
definitely
intense.
Prepares you.
Yeah, and as an only child too, you know, I went into that community and had at the time 22 siblings basically, because you're, you know, living and breathing off that with your class that truly becomes your family.
Yep.
And they still are
Yeah, I
very
was gonna
much my
say,
family still.
Tell me about that. So do you guys like rely on each other in the city?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it is a little shocking how even though we're all kind of in one place, we're all zigging and zagging. So getting everybody together tends to be a bit of a challenge. But when we do, you know, we gather anytime we can. And the thing is too, like, that's your support system. That's your like your chosen family in a way. And so I know without question that that we will always have each other's backs, you know, forever.
Absolutely.
So,
And it's almost like you're war buddies too.
oh, for sure.
You like
we
went
know
through
each other's.
something, and you
It
went
was
through something
unique.
together. Yeah.
It was a unique thing to go through together, and we did. So, and two of them just got engaged.
To each other.
Yes, to each other.
I love it.
Congratulations, Matt and Catherine.
Aw, congratulations from all of us here at Theater Raleigh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that you guys are going to get to hear what an amazing voice that you have, but you also were just telling us you spent a lot of time dancing.
Yes.
So was that your way into theater?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, like I always, you know, I sang in the choir at church and stuff growing up, but dance was always really my focus and my passion. And then it was a very specific moment. It was a pancake supper at St. Paul United Methodist Church, and I'll never forget it. And I sang "The Girl I Mean to Be" from The Secret Garden.
Yes.
And it was the first time I'd ever like really sung a solo or anything like that. And Holly Mason, a dear friend of mine, and later, you know, teacher, mentor, director, came up to my mom afterwards and said, "You really need to get your kid into Stage Struck," which is the young people's theater in Goldsboro, my hometown. And so I started doing theater there, and you know, made friends and started kind of discovering that sort of passion. And then it just kind of it went from there. I just was craving any sort of knowledge I could get on the, you know, subject of musical theater. And I always loved going to see it as a kid, but I don't know, I just always was so dance focused. I think when I kind of put two and two together, it was home, and I never looked back. There was.
I love it. And
Yeah.
then who knew that your voice is like crazy amazing?
Well, thank
Out
you.
of all that, it's kind of like when in my family, my sister was the singer, and she has an amazing voice.
Yeah.
And my brother is an incredible musician, and so I was like, I guess I'll be the dancer.
Right.
But like, I really wasn't that good. I was just okay. But I ultimately ended up finding my voice later. So
Yeah.
it's interesting, kind of similar.
Yeah.
How you get into it is very, very different than ultimately what you end up being.
Absolutely. Well, and too, even when I started singing, you know, when you're a young person in theater, it's that you got to get the puzzle pieces to fit. I mean, just like anything else, but a lot of the time, the majority of the time, I ended up being like the ingenue, the soprano.
Oh, yes.
Which is very funny because those roles. I mean, I do have that range, but
That's hilarious.
But it's very funny considering that I'm 5'9" and I've been tall for a very long time.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time I was taller than my
then you're a leading man?
counterpart. Yes.
Yeah, you're like, hello.
Hello. I'm so glad we're falling in love. This is grand.
I actually love that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing better to me than like, that's real.
Yeah.
You know, we need to see more real
I
on
think
stages.
so. I think so.
Yeah, none of this like, oh, you have to be 5'6" and he has to be
No.
6 feet.
No, I think we're starting to reinvent things in the way that they need to be reinvented, which I
Yes.
think is fantastic. So
Yes.
I'm excited to see where things go and grow and develop from there. And
I'm telling you, this is a new world. Like,
it is.
we have been woken up. You know, the universe said, are you paying attention?
Yep.
We're
Hello.
we're all
Yeah.
quarantined. We're listening. Tell
Yeah.
us how we can be better.
100%.
So true.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, okay, I have so many questions. So when you came to be an intern at Theater Raleigh, I think it was 2011, wasn't it? When we did
that-
Violet, it was that year?
yes, it was Violet year.
Because we had to do a
that-
dance special.
You were also my first introduction into being a choreographer.
That's right, you made up your
Because
own dance.
You put in an insert. I was like, we did like some of this.
Yes.
And then you put it, I felt so honored. It was
Well,
amazing.
you had to be recognized for your work.
Thank you so much.
But it like happened in the rehearsal process, so
Yeah.
we didn't really know it was going to be a
Right,
thing.
right,
So like
yeah.
Eric Woodall and I were like, we have to like acknowledge that she
Yeah.
just made up this choreography,
was
and
so
we had like
kind.
you were just very special.
It was very funny. I appreciated it. That whole summer was awesome. I loved that. And it feels like it was yesterday, but also 100 years ago. It's nutty.
So how old were you? No, you don't have to age yourself.
Oh,
I'll take it back.
I don't care.
I mean, you're young, so
I'm old enough to not remember how old I was in 2011.
you were in college.
I was
so
in
you were-
college.
yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah.
So was that your first professional job, or had you worked at
That-
NCT? You had done the conservatory.
I had
but
done
not-
the conservatory and like live on stage stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, that was my first professional sort of introduction
Oh my
to
God.
things.
Sorry, we had you like painting sets also
my gosh.
at the same time.
It was great. No, one of my fondest memories was when I starred as the ASM for Violet, and it was
Yep.
my job to give you I had like one job,
What
and it
was
was
it?
to give you your lollipops.
Oh yeah, I thought
You had a bag of candy,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you know this, but your mouth is rather wide when you are belting. And I tried to go through and not pick any lollipops that were colorful because of your tongue.
blue.
Yeah. And there was a mystery one I didn't know. She snuck in.
Oh,
And boy, did you choose the mystery, and it was
And
like
I was
blue
like-
raspberry, and you were like, yeah, and it was just blue.
oh my
No.
God.
It was amazing. And as soon as that happened, I was just standing off stage like, oh, no, oh, this
What
is
if
the
I had come
end.
up and, "You're
I'm fired. This is it.
Oh my God, no, that is my favorite story I've ever heard.
Oh my gosh, it was hysterical.
I ate so much candy during that
You
show.
did.
I ate
It was-
jelly
you
beans. I
had
a lot
to.
of- Well, I
It was
just feel like I
character
was a-
development.
It was character. I was like, oh my God, I'm a better actor when I'm eating jelly beans. Like I really feel like I
Yes.
understand this person.
It's
when
the
I'm
joy.
eating jelly beans.
It's the joy
Or
and
it's
the
just because
sugar.
I love sugar.
Also that. That's
I might
also
have been
true.
using it as an excuse.
I think it was great.
No,
I think that I think it helped with character development on the whole.
We'll say that.
You're just very method.
We'll
That's
say
what
that.
it is. Yes.
Let's say that. But then the very next summer, you came back and starred in Dance to See as Mona Kent. You were so
Which
killer.
was so fun. That is just such a fun show, and people don't do it enough. I mean, it came back to Broadway for a bit, but
It did. Well,
But
people
yeah.
don't do it. It's so crazy because it's so tongue in cheek. It's
Uh-huh.
before like satire was satire on
Right.
Broadway. It really was. It was
Right.
like making fun of Broadway.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of inside jokes.
Oh,
I also
1000%.
loved it because there was a lot of tapping, and we had never done a tap show at Theater Raleigh.
It's my favorite. Yeah,
was really
that's a lot of what I choreograph now. It's like exclusively tap. I just love it. It makes me happy. But yeah, and that was, I can't remember exactly how it happened. I think you maybe had somebody else that was supposed to come in and do it, and then she was unavailable or whatever. And I got to come in as like this dame that was technically,
Sure.
several years my senior, but I was like, this feels so right.
Oh yeah, you're a woman,
Like,
girl.
which is like, I've kind of
didn't-
had to age into my own type, which is still kind of an ongoing process. But that was like
Absolutely.
my first experience with something that I was like, oh, okay, this is sort of where I fit. I
You're
feel
like,
this.
oh, I've been playing ingenues, and I'm like 6 feet tall. Like,
But
maybe
this
this
is-
is more my jam.
Yeah. So no, that I think about that summer and that show so fondly. It was such a blast.
Well, so I'm just really walking down Theater Raleigh's
Please.
memory lane of
Yeah.
Kate McMillan because there's just been so many great things. Like when
Yeah.
you got to sing in that, I think it was that same summer when we did
Oh, what a
the
night.
first Oh What a Night.
Mhm.
And you
Was that the very first one?
Yes, it was.
That's
When
kooky.
you did
Okay.
Sideshow.
Yes.
That
With
was
Lauren.
so amazing with Lauren Neely.
Yes.
And then the next year, no, not the next year at all, but a few years later, you came back and you starred in Vanities,
Yes.
which was a show that I had done in New York, so I was really passionate about wanting to direct it. Clearly
Yes.
not be in it ever again, just because I'd aged out.
Oh, stop.
But yeah, it was such a great like tour de force role for you.
It was so fun.
And David Kirschenbaum, who was the
Yeah.
composer, came down because it was the first, time a regional theater had
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he went nuts over you.
Oh, that's so kind.
No,
he
it's
was
so true.
sweet, and that was one of those shows. It was kind of one of the first times that I almost craved the scene work more than just the musical numbers or
Yeah.
this. I mean, and of course that was incredible, but like that role was so fun to jump into and just be absolutely kooky. It was great, and I got to like realize how fun it is to pretend to be drunk and like kick your face and then go into a split like
grand
for no
battement,
reason.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
No,
it
but
was-
you make a good point because it was a play first, and this
Right.
was the musical based on the
Yes.
play. So the music just augmented
Yeah.
that and made it sort of.
It is so
It was
seamless.
a little pastiche too. It kind
Yeah.
of put you into the period because
Yeah.
it went from like 1960 to 1980.
Right. And
you were incredible, and
Oh,
you
thank you.
redefined the way that I think that role can be played too, very
Thank
differently
you.
than I had seen it done before.
Right.
It's just so smart, so funny.
Thank
like,
you.
You're so funny.
Thanks.
know,
it was
I mean,
really fun. I would
don't know if
love
you're
to
doing
do that
any
again.
comedic stuff tonight because your voice is like also very dramatic and amazing, but you are
thank
such
you.
a good comedian.
Thank you. It's honestly that I think that was one of the that and Dames at Sea actually I kind of discovered this love for the comedic side of things, and it just brings me joy. It's
Yeah.
just a fun one to do.
You like
But it's still my mom's favorite dance. There was like that little shuffle thing that
because you were
yeah.
drunk.
Yeah, wasted. Yes, 100%.
Oh my God, so much of that.
Oh.
That was such a good show. We
So
had so much fun.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have a few more questions before we get to the fun part, which is why I know everybody's tuning in to listen to her sing. I want to ask you a little bit about, because I know you go back and forth between acting and on the other side of the table, you
Yeah.
work a lot with Stage Struck. Did I say that right?
Yes,
Great.
Stage Struck, the Young People's Own Theater in Goldsboro, North Carolina.
And you choreograph a lot, and of course you also are an associate a lot with Abby O'Brien, who's Broadway's
Yes.
own,
Yes.
also my best friend,
Yes.
here at Theater Raleigh. So what is it like for you to go back and forth, and do you have a preference behind the table or on the rehearsal stage?
I think being on the other side of the table makes me a smarter actor, like especially in terms of like auditions and that sort of thing, because you'll be sitting back there and you just want to like give love to the people that are coming in to perform for you, and it's like feeling that creative energy, and it makes you, when you go in, it reminds you like, oh, I'm just a human person, I'm here to sing a song and tell a story, and so it makes it a little more peaceful, I think, in that respect. But it's funny, I grew up dancing for so long, and I always said, I'm not a choreographer. Like, I can dance, but that's just not my jam. I don't know why I thought that, but at some point, kind of a switch happened, and I started falling in love with it and getting so inspired, and especially with tap stuff, it's become like a really strong creative outlet for me. And so, yeah, it's great. And then when Abby and I worked together on Smokey Joe's, and we met, and it was beautiful. And
Beautiful marriage.
It's been beautiful ever since. And so, yeah, any chance that I have to, get on the other side of the table with her and be creative, I will jump at.
She's always like, but can I have Kate McMillan?
And I'm like,
as my associate.
yes, I'll be there yesterday.
No,
Sign
it's
me
so
up.
cool. I love
Yeah.
that. That's what's so great about working in theaters. Hopefully, like Theater Raleigh. I mean, I hope that's kind of what you're saying, is that you meet people who have also these other careers and other relationships, and it helps sort of spur you on, and you can get jobs from that. Like I always tell people, it's about relationships. It's not just about what you bring into the room, but it's about who you know.
Right. Well, and I used to resist that, to be honest.
Oh,
Like
really?
in college, people would come in and do master classes, and you hear networking, and it's about,
I hate the word
and
networking.
of course. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, just the way that it would be presented, in past experience. And I was like, but I want to have I'd love to get to know someone. I don't want to get to know someone for what they can do for me, but I want to get to know them to be creative with them, or what have you. So I've been lucky enough to encounter some wonderful people like yourself.
Well, I mean, I do think it's all about like how you like to work with somebody in the room, you know? So it's not just about networking, like, oh, she's amazing, he's fancy, I want to attach myself to their coattails.
Oh, I hope someone says I'm fancy, but
it's
yes.
sort of like, we really love working together. We're going to spend 8 hours a day for the next 3 weeks in a room together, and I know you're going to be fun, so let's do that.
Right. Yeah, and it's also, I mean, in terms of like working with my kids in Goldsboro and stuff, it's, I mean, this industry is hard and it's tough and it does not play around. And there are moments when you're in the city and you're, pounding the pavement and going to every EPA and ECC and everything you can go to, that you can lose a little of that spark and lose a little bit of why you fell in love with it to begin with. Sure. And I go back and I work with my young performers in Goldsboro, and I remember I see it ignite for them, and it reminds me why I devoted my life to this and why I do love it. So it's beneficial on both sides. I hope I can teach them something, but they have no idea what they give back to me. I'm sorry, I just hit my mic.
Of course, Eric Collins is like,
I'm so sorry.
So speaking of that, I love that you go back and forth and you really have stayed connected to this community and continuing to work here. Who was your voice teacher? Who inspired you?
Well, I mean, tons of inspiration. I think we back in the day when people had CDs. Remember those days?
Yes.
I've discovered a lot in Goldsboro. We have towers,
cassette tapes.
Oh,
but anyway,
no, me
how
too.
old I am.
Me too. I'm with you. But no, we had every Broadway CD known to me. We had boxes in the back of the car because we just had to, especially on the way back and forth to Raleigh. There was a lot of karaoke. My mom used to drive down the road like this because I was just living my best life in the passenger seat. But yeah, no, I started studying with Bob Wren, dear Bob Wren, who we miss very much, and he was technically my first voice teacher in Raleigh, and then later started working with Heather Patterson King.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and then she actually came in to direct Stage Struck's production of Beauty and the Beast in 2009, my senior year of high school, when I was a 5'9" Belle.
Yeah, of course you were. Duh.
Yeah, I think we gave our Beast lifts. I'm not sure.
Can you imagine if the Beast was teensy tiny? That would have been amazing.
Yeah, no, I wore flats. I do know that. I know I wore flats. But yeah, no, but I also, though, I mean, in my hometown, I was lucky enough to have those people that always kind of inspired that and nurtured that. And a lot came from Stage Struck, a lot from, our friends community, our church community. It's a special place to be. So, yeah.
Well, your voice is amazing, and I cannot wait to hear you sing, so I'm going to throw it over to you in our little concert version. Take your sip of water. Also want to give a shout out to Jay Wright, who's playing for Kate on the piano.
Woo!
And Kate and Jay, why don't we take it away?
Let's do it. A simple choice, nothing more. This or that, either or. Marry well, social whirl, businessman, clever girl. Or pin my future on a green glass love. What kind of life am I dreaming of? I say, gimme, 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 gimme that thing called love. I want it. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I need it. Highs and lows, tears and laughter. Gimme happy ever after. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I crave it. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I'll brave it, thick and thin, rich or poor time. Gimme years and I'll want more time. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I'm free now. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I see now fly, dove, sing, sparrow. Gimme Cupid's famous arrow. Gimme, gimme that thing called love. I don't care if he's a nobody. In my heart, he'll be a somebody, somebody to love me. I need it. Give me that thing called love. I want it. Here I am, St. Valentine. My bags are packed. I'm first in line. Aphrodite, don't forget me. Romeo and Juliet, me flight of sing sparrow. Give me Fat Boy's famous arrow. Give me that thing called love. Thank you so much. That's one of those songs that's always been one of my favorites, and you don't get to sing it quite as much because in auditions, it turns out that's also everyone's favorite. So you kind of have to pick and choose your moments, and if not now, when? Yeah, but that's one of my favorites, and you're amazing, and I love you, and I'm so glad to be playing with you right now. So this next one is one of my favorite songs. I was introduced to this score, title of show, in college when friends of mine actually put on a student-led production of it. And this is one of those songs, I loved it then, I loved the melody, but it's what I think is so special about music in the way that things resonate with us in different times, in different ways. And like you were saying, the music is what unifies us, but we can all have these very unique and separate experiences in this communal time. So this is A Way Back to Then from title of show. Dancing in the backyard, Kool-Aid mustache and butterfly wings, hearing Andrea McCardle sing on the hi-fi in the den. I've been waiting my whole life to find a way back to then. I aimed for the sky, a 9-year-old can see so far. I'll conquer the world and be a star. I'll do it all by the time I'm 10. I would know that confidence if I knew a way back to then. So I bailed on my hometown and became a college theater dork, eastbound and down, moving to New York. So I crammed my life in a U-Haul to find my part of it all. sin. You play by the rules and plow through the days. The years take us miles away from the time we wondered when we'd find a way back to then. And when you least expect, opportunity comes through the door. You suddenly connect with the thing that you forgot that you'd been looking for. And there you are, right in the middle of what you love, with the craziest of company. You're having a kick-ass time and being who you wanted to be in this world. You're that little girl with her wings unfurled, flying again. Back in the backyard dancing, I found a way back to that. Thank you. I found a way back to then, and I stayed there for 4 months. Truly. No, when I heard that in college, I loved it, and then I heard it later on in life, and it resonated, like I said, in a whole new way. It felt very, very much my life. So that's always been one of my personal favorites. Our next is a little bit of an homage to the star of our show. And her resume. And this is a song, it's one of my favorite shows and a role I dream to play at some point in life, but just a fun little ditty. So here we go. What ever happened to my part? It was exciting at the start. Now we're halfway through Act 2, and I've had nothing yet to do. I've been off stage for far too long. It's ages since I've heard a song. This is one unhappy diva. The producers have deceived her. There is nothing I can sing from my heart. Whatever happened to my part? I am sick of my career, always stuck in second gear, up to here with frustrations and with fears. I've no Grammys, no rewards, I've no Tony Awards. I'm constantly replaced by Britney Spears. Britney Spears. Whatever happened to my show? I was a hit, now I don't know. I'm with a bunch of British knights, prancing round in woolly tights. I might as well go to the pub. They've been out searching for a shrub, out shopping for a bush. Well, they can kiss my tush. It seems to me they've really lost the plot. Whatever happened to my, I'll call my agent, damn it! Whatever happened to my, not yours. Okay, well, maybe yours. But my excuse to be sassy ever. It's the best. Oh man, I also would kill to see you play that, just for the record. Yes, yes.
After watching that.
Oh, stop.
Never again.
Oh, stop. No, no, no. So this last song, or semi-last song, is one of my favorites. It was actually brought to me by a dear friend of mine in my class when we were looking up senior showcase material, which is a real event, as it turns out, finding like just the right thing. And I remember listening to this song and just crying because it was so, I felt so strong just listening to it. I couldn't imagine how I'd feel singing it. So needless to say, this has been one of those songs that is like a go-to audition song, but truly every time I sing it, it brings me joy and makes me, you know, just happy to perform and feel strong, which we all need. So I'm gonna get water and then we'll sing it. There we go. Okay, this is Woman. Woman, I am born. What does woman mean? Must my dreams face scorn, held back and unseen? If I long for fire, must it stay unreal? Can I not desire? Am I not to feel? If I ache to taste, am I not to try? If my heart says sail, why should I deny? I have my dreams, I have made plans, I see horizons wide as a man's. Must I be nothing till I'm some man's wife? Look at this face, does it deceive? Do I look made to milk and to weave? I will be damned to hell if that is my life. I'm almost your age. I'm your match in size. I'm as skilled with swords and equal in most eyes. But when you have a dream and you're caught in its grip, you can climb aboard a ship. You can, for you're a man. You can reach toward that place where the earth meets the sky. Fight a battle, be brave, be true. If you can do it, why not I? I'm meant to fly, sail unrestrained. Why is man free and woman chained? Is that my epitaph? Before I die, I should be free, free to be grace, so I can feel the wind on my face. And when life begins, I will go face out the storm, not stay below. Am I to be just woman? No, not I.
Yes! Woo! All right. Yes, Jay Wright.
Jay Wright, everybody.
Kate McMillan. Oh my God. My street is just like they're standing out there, just fist pumping. Oh my God! Can you believe this? This girl was just like in tap class, not knowing that you could sing, and then all of a sudden that.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I did. The belting came later. I was very much the for a long time.
And yes, I mean, you are also a soprano.
Oh.
As I was watching you do the song from Spamalot, you really do need to play that part.
Thank you.
You've got all of that. You're actually a soprano. You could really sing that, like the song that goes like this. It'd be amazing.
It would be so fun.
Should we do it at Theater Raleigh?
I don't know. I mean, I think it could be like a cool idea.
Should it be directed by Abby O'Brien, original cast member of Spamalot, sitting here in this very room with us tonight? Would that be amazing?
That would be amazing. I mean,
I don't know.
honestly,
I mean,
I'll see if I can clear my schedule.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. So actually, we did get a question from somebody who asked Kate, if you could play another role at Theater Raleigh, what would it be?
Oh. I mean, honestly, Lady of the Lake would be
Lady of the Lake. Okay,
a big, strong choice.
Anything else?
I think I've been thinking about this a lot lately, actually, in terms of like a dream role and what that would be.
Yes.
And I think There are a bajillion shows that, that I would love to do, but I think like the right role hasn't, the like right dream role hasn't been written. I think.
Absolutely.
I think maybe there's a story I'm supposed to tell. I just don't know I don't know what it is
Just
yet.
don't know what it is yet. Yeah, new
Yeah.
works all the way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing more fun than doing a new
Oh
work,
my gosh,
creating a role
something
from scratch.
ground up. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, anything that could give me the excuse to tap. So like, anything like that, I'd be into.
Manifest it?
Yes, we're throwing it out like
It's
a
like a
Reno,
high
Reno
belting
swing.
tapper.
Yeah, that also just hits like a high note.
Right, with a random, high C.
It doesn't have to make sense.
No.
Contextually doesn't matter.
But then also really juicy scene work.
Yes.
I like it.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
but so I think Joel Holloway wrote in tonight, and he asked, is there a role that you were previously afraid of playing, but now you really want to give a go?
Oh gosh. That's interesting. I mean, there are lots of things I'm sure I'm afraid of. I think
When you were younger, was there something you're like, oh, I don't know, it might be.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, again, I had never belted before, so my poor mother had to listen to me scream forever. I mean, something that came out, I think, when I was a kid, and still to this day know every lyric would be like an Elfie, I guess, would be something that I would have been afraid of that maybe I feel like I could tackle.
Sure,
But
yeah,
I
rock a
don't
little
know.
Alphaba?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's an interesting question. I'll have to think about it.
Keep thinking about it,
Yes,
marinate
I
on that
will.
one. We also, someone wrote, I think her name is Angela, it sounds like somebody who knows you very well, because she wondered if you had ever told me the shoe story. Is there a shoe story? I don't know.
Oh, that has to be Angela Santucci.
Oh yeah, Angela S, totally.
Oh boy. No, I don't think I've ever told you the shoe story.
Hi,
How
Angela.
dare you, Angela, for bringing this up.
She said, are you ever going to tell Lauren the shoe story?
Yeah, no, I'm still mortified about this.
Are you
going to
tell me right now?
Yeah, it was, I've come to peace with it. No, we're just going to talk about talking about it, but never get to it. No, this was when she was doing Oklahoma with Stage Struck, and Haley Best was playing Lori, and she's like my best friend, and so we were, I was there for a lot of the process, and I wanted to help them out backstage, and I did to an extent, but I did not understand the concept of
Oh.
sensible footwear, especially footwear that was attached to your foot.
Oh.
So there was the scene right before Judd dies. Sorry, spoiler. If you don't know Oklahoma by this point, I'm sorry. But right before, there was some big moment, and I took it upon myself to do what we could call a jig, maybe, backstage. Oh. I got a little animated, and my 9 West red flat flew off my foot, landed on the stage, and Judd died right behind it. So it was he was trying to be really dedicated, and then it was just obstructed view.
Terrible.
It was not my finest moment, and I'm deeply sorry to everyone who was involved in that production. I regret my actions.
6 feet away, I shouldn't touch
Oh,
you.
gosh,
Oh my God,
I'm
so sorry.
sorry. Oh, it's
But that inspired a touch. That is I want to hug you
Thank
so
you
bad
for the
because
sympathy.
that is the cutest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Thank you.
And it's live theater. Things happen.
They do.
The shenanigans backstage. That's
telling you.
actually pretty tame.
Oh yeah, I've fallen on my face at Theater Raleigh, if you recall.
Well, I do remember
Yes,
that.
yes,
I wasn't
yes,
going to bring that one up.
Oh, it's fine. It is what it is. You have to accept the good with the bad,
I hear you.
Yeah.
You guys, thank you so much for so many questions and also so many amazing comments. Everybody's
Aw.
loving,
Thanks, friends.
loving you. You're sounding amazing. Everyone's like, yes, Kate. I'm screaming chills. Oh my God, amazing. Just marvelous, Kate, as always. It was
Thank you,
incredible. You
friends.
sounded
That's so
amazing.
kind.
But thinking about, okay, so we always play a game, and thinking about you
Terrified.
said you did a jig and your shoe went
Oh.
flying. So I hope that these are on nice and tight because I want to play a little game.
Great.
That I developed especially for you.
Oh my God,
It's
thank you.
called So You Think You Can Dance. So I
Dun,
thought we would do a little game where I give you a name of a dance, and then you have to perform it for us.
Great.
Okay? Are
I'm
you ready for it?
yeah.
It's going to run the gamut.
Okay.
From classical dance, maybe some tap, maybe some hip hop.
Oh,
I don't know.
boy.
You don't even know.
I do.
Are you
I
ready?
certainly don't. Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see if Kate knows the top 10 dances that I could come up with Abby this week? The Running Man.
Oh, we got a little bit of ooh, I should have worn other clothing. I can't do it. I'm going to knock over the things on
And
on
maybe
the
the
wall.
microphone,
And,
I should have
yeah.
told the sound guy about this.
It's okay.
game.
Imagine this moving, and then that's,
A little something like,
yeah. Oh, I had the wrong direction. Sorry,
Okay.
Abby.
So, are we going to say she nailed it? Ladies and gentlemen, type in the chat if you think she nailed it.
Didn't
Okay,
quite nail it, but yes.
the shopping cart.
Oh, I mean, I'm thinking that it's like a little bit of like, and hey, and how you doing? Canned goods. We need some rice.
I had never seen that before in my life.
Is that it?
That's it.
That was a guess.
You nailed it.
Thank you. Context
Abby
clues
was
are
like,
everything.
do the shopping cart. I was like, what are you talking about? I've never heard of it. And
Yeah.
I was like, nobody's heard of it. And I asked my daughter and her friend, and they both went.
Yeah. Oh, great.
I was like, what?
Oh my gosh, the fact that that I know something they know is
Oh my God.
thrilling for me.
Shopping cart.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Changement.
Again, you're picking things with a lot of. I'm gonna do this.
You got this. Yes, changement. Nailed it.
Oopsie.
How about the flea hop?
The flea hop is like
There
this
it
guy.
is. Yes.
Yeah, we had to
Maybe
think of
even
it.
a little side to side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little bit of a jig. Maybe that's how I did it. I was just flea hopping. Just too excited about the
Red
flea
flat,
hop.
9
Yep.
West.
Yes.
This show is brought to you by 9 West.
Truly, the fact that I remember it
Sponsored.
was 9 West is a little funny.
Hilarious. Well, everybody wore 9 West back in
Oh,
the day.
let me tell you.
Okay, this is going to be the one that throws you. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. The Orange Justice.
I
Also,
haven't these.
/ Fortnite dance.
Oh no. The Orange Justice.
Yes, not many people know it's called the Orange Justice, but
Okay.
it's made famous.
Is this going to be
at
like
Fortnite.
Is this going to be like a thing that I am going to see and then know? I wonder.
I don't think that I could do it for you, but I might try. Are
Okay.
you ready?
Yeah.
It's sort of this thing, like.
I have to say, I am thrilled I didn't know this just to witness this, because this is perfect.
No,
What?
it's not that at all.
What is the? I've
was
never.
the worst. I can't do it. I can't.
I loved it. That's my new wedding dance. Everyone's getting married. This is what it's going to be. Just
like
a lot of this.
something like that.
Oh, big fan. That's
I don't
great.
know, but people can do it, and it looks cool when they do it.
I think it looks cool when you do it.
Ariane
Lauren.
Mobasher did it in our holiday show this year. Maybe he'll send you a video if he's watching.
Oh my gosh, please. A
My
tutorial
husband
would
is
be
also
great.
considering now divorcing me after seeing that.
Oh man, I feel a whole new level of inspired
I'm
for the next
brave.
show I said.
I am fearless.
This is great.
I have no fear.
I appreciate it. If I could have come up with something that made sense, I would have tried.
Well, you know what? If you're gonna
But
fail,
alas,
you're gonna fail big.
Yeah,
So
but
here we
now
go.
I know what I need to learn. So it's
Go
you know.
watch it. Go
Will
watch it.
do.
Google it.
Will
Okay.
do.
The Shuffle Off to Buffalo.
Oh, well, okay. Again, a lot of hopping.
You got
But
it.
We've got like a.
There it is. There it is.
These are bad shoes,
There it
but I promise
is.
I tap, friends.
Can you do a jazz square?
Boy.
There it is. I like
We
to
love
call it
a
a box
jazz-
step, but I don't know. I
Oh,
guess it's
yeah.
not good enough.
Maybe
how about-
maybe you need a jazz hands to make it a jazz square and a box step. You're just marching,
or the.
or just flail about and see what happens.
Okay. What about the shimmy?
The shimmy again,
Or just a shimmy? Just a classic shimmy. Nailing
Yeah.
it. Pas de chat.
a pot of shaw.
Yeah, you got this.
I mean, I do.
Just
But,
it's a jumpy.
oh! It's this guy.
It's up and over.
Yes.
Yes.
Gaga. I need to go back to
And then
class.
let's bring it home for the final one.
Okay.
Trenches.
Dun, 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 dun. Again, I feel like I'm gonna break the entire room every time I
Kate
move. It's
broke
like
the
gong,
house.
gong, gong.
Yay!
I
she did
literally
it.
broke
Okay,
the house down.
Let's do this for just for special points.
Okay.
Can you do the opening of a chorus line?
Oh.
Ready? Go.
Oh yeah. Wait, take it back. Hold on. Ready? You do
5,
it.
6, 7, 8.
We can keep going.
Yes! You win the prize.
Oh my God,
Of
thank you.
nothing. There's no
Of
prize.
pride
That was
and
amazing.
knowledge that now there's a new dance that I need to learn. So
That you'll teach me how to do
absolutely,
when you learn it.
I'll make
Great.
a tutorial. It'll be stellar. Yes, for sure.
We're gonna get to hear one more song from Kate McMillan. She's gonna be belting her brains out one more time. I'll give you a second. I know you
Just
just
tripped on
did a
water.
whole choreography dance move. Tell us
So
what this
winded.
next song is.
So this next song is one of my favorites, and my mom's favorites too, actually. It's Let the River Run by Carly Simon. So very working girl. But she originally wrote it as like an anthem. I'm so sorry, I truly choked on water.
Hilarious. You took it so it would help you, and then it now.
And then it's backfiring. But she wrote it as like an anthem to New York City, and it's just very appropriate. I heard it again. I've always loved Carly Simon, but I listened to it again not too long ago, and I just kind of, my mom and I both had like a moment because it is so appropriate for right now. And you know, we want to rise above all of it and create like this new beautiful world and create new beautiful work together. And it's again like my anthem to New York and my people there, and everyone that, you know, we're all going through something crazy right now, and definitely a transitional period. And so this is just kind of a moment to breathe and know that we're in that together, and that we're not alone through it. So.
All right, well, let's hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kate McMillan.
Let the river run, let all the dreamers wake the nation. Come, the new Jerusalem. Silver cities rise, the morning lights, the streets that lead them, and sirens call them on with a song. It's asking for the taking, trembling, shaking. Oh, my heart is aching. We're coming to the edge, running on the water, coming through the fog, your sons and daughters. We, the great and small, stand on a star and blaze a trail of desire through the darkening dawn. It's asking for the taking. Come run with me now, the sky is the color of blue you've never even seen in the eyes of your lover. My heart is aching. We're coming to the edge, running on the water, coming through the fog, your sons and daughters. Let the river run, let all the dreamers wake the nation. Come, my new Jerusalem.
That was incredible, incredible, incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank
Kate
you.
McMillan.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
right.
me.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. You guys, before we sign off, do not forget to tune in on Sunday at 7:30 on YouTube to see the Pump Boys and Dinette reunion special. I think we have a little tape. Want to go ahead and roll it? It's going to be very, very, very exciting, and we're going to have something super special for you guys to tune in that you haven't seen before. So please join us for that. And again, thank you so much, Kate.
Thank you.
so much for being here. That was amazing.
Thank you.
I know that the audience was thrilled to get to hear you sing.
Thank you so much.
Show us your artistry and your beautiful,
Thanks.
beautiful talent. And again,
Thank you.
Jay Wright on the
Yes.
piano, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
Incredible as always. You are a
Yes.
rock back there. And I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to my husband, Charlie Brady, behind the camera, who did all the
Woo!
video. And also Eric Collins, who's on sound and
Yes.
switching the cameras here and there. This team is amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in to Living Room Live. We are going to see you next week with Nicholas Rodriguez, live from New York City, from his living room. Thank you so much. Everybody, be good to each other. Stay safe. Stay inside. Wear your mask. And we will see you online. Bye, guys.
Bye, friends.